All right, we're plugging along here. We're at ISO number 15. And with 15, we're going to think of this as starting off with kind of a base plate and then building something on top of that. So there's kind of the pieces I'm going to use, just so you're aware. And I'm actually going to draw this base plate from above instead of drawing it from the side this time. So I need to do a little bit of counting here. So the width of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units long. I'm just going to double check that real quick. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in between. Yep, so that's 10. And then the depth of this thing is actually 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, of course, its height is 1. All right, so let's go ahead and start a sketch on there. So I'm sketching on the top plane, and I just need to make a rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Dimension it. We said this was 10. Said this was 6. Check. And then we're going to extrude that by just 1 unit. All right, so there's our starting base plate. A couple other things to note is we have some fillets happening here. So the thing with the fillets, you gotta be really careful about this one, is they actually round out all the way to here. All right, so that's actually a radius of 1.5 because it's 1 unit and then it goes half into there. So we'll just have to be a little extra careful about making those fillets. But we're going to go ahead and make those now. All right, so I'm going to do fillet on that edge right there and that edge right there. Those are 1.5. Check. All right. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and construct the points that I'm going to use for making the holes. So I'm going to sketch on here, and while I'm sketching on here, I might as well make my other piece that's going to be extruded up as well. So I'm going to do a corner point rectangle to get that other piece. Do not want to do that. All right, so I'm going to start at that corner and go to there. And that piece, if I remember correctly, was 4 units wide. I should go like that. And 2 units deep. All right, so there's that. And then the other pieces I need in this sketch are some points. So I'm going to do a point right there because it's right at the center. I'm going to do another point right there. It's at the center of that one. Then I'm going to do another point right there. And I know that I need that last point I made. I know that I need that to be vertical from this. Okay, so I'm going to constrain it so they're both, vertical from each other. And the other thing I need to know is how far it is from the edge. So you look at that distance, that's 1.5 units from basically both edges. So I'm going to dimension that real quick. It's already vertical from the right edge, so I don't really need to do that, but I do need to make sure that that is 1.5. Well, there we go. All right, so now I have all the features that I need to do what I need. So I'm going to hit the check mark there. I'm going to do an extrusion of this thing. All right, and that one was an extra 6 centimeters off the plate. And I'll check mark that. All right, my points went away, but my points, I'm going to be able to get those back pretty easily because I can look at the sketch like that. And those holes, the holes are basically 1 unit diameter. So I'm going to go back in here and make those holes right there, there, and there. Now I could wait on the holes until I have my other piece here ready to go, but since that hole is a different size, that's not really worth my time to do that. So I'm just going to make those 1 unit, and those are good to go. All right, so got all the holes done on that side. And now I'm going to do this last piece. Now again, we talked about this. If I ever need to make this piece wider than it currently is right now, then I would not want to do a fillet. I would want to do just some sketch features. But since it's not going to matter, I can go ahead and use the easier tool this time, and actually have a few different things to fillet. So I have that, nope. I have that edge, and technically this edge right here is also a fillet. Notice how that, since there are perpendicular surfaces, it kind of makes it go the other direction. And I believe all of these are a radius of 2. I can double check back here, but that's definitely what it looks like. Yep, 2 units there and 2 units out to there, so that's really good. So I'll come back here, I'll hit check mark, that thing's ready to go. And then I just got one last thing, I gotta make that hole in the side here. So I'm actually gonna sketch on that surface. I'm gonna make a point right where I want that hole. It's at the center of that arc. Check mark, make another hole right there, 2 centimeters wide, and boom.